Today on One Always There. Today on One, your daily dose of local affairs and social media commentary. Today on One, Ochothan Jupa governor donates plot to brave 3-year-old in Okahanja. ECN temporary vacancies target the unemployed. UNAM and Correctional Services sign agreement with the municipality. And wrestlers eye 2021 Olympic and 2022 Commonwealth Games.
In June this year, a 3-year-old boy, Shuya Ndeutenge, underwent a successful operation for a painful tumor in his belly that kept him up at night after a local school teacher brought the boy's plight to the public's attention. Recently, the governor of the Ochothan Jupa region, James Werikua, donated a plot to the family in the 5-rand location of Okanya. The 3-year-old Shuya has been sharing a shack with 10 family members in Okahanja, but after undergoing an operation at the Karutura hospital for a growth protruding in his belly, the leadership of the region has secured a 400 square meter plot for the boy's family. The governor of the Ochothan Jupa region said that the gesture will restore dignity to the family.
10 people sleeping in a house of this nature, that is only one room. You can imagine the dignity part of it, the privacy, and all the other factors that are following. As a result, emanating from the very report of the social worker, we have directed that we now have to engage the municipality and make sure that we get a proper ARVN, through which we will then, through coordination, institute a process where we have to coordinate through all the stakeholders that we are together, and of course others that will come on board, for us to construct a proper structure for this very family. That is a process that we'll embark on. We are thankful that the municipality responded positively by identifying an ERF, and of course, Comrade CEO, please do institute the rightful process to make sure that we get these ERVs under the name of the family respectively. We are grateful of your support. We are grateful of your understanding. But now we have to speed up the process and make sure that we deliver that land as a matter of urgency. My office will then be coordinating through your office to make sure that we commence the process of constructing a proper structure for this family, to make sure that we give them the necessary dignity. Because if you have parents that are sleeping in the same room as children, and then you are raising these kids, imagine the psychological trauma and of course psychological pressure that we exert on the very understanding of the children that you are raising in such a house. So we need to provide dignity. Let's make sure that we speed up the process.
The Chief Executive Officer of the Okahanja Town Council said that the plot has been identified and the process of acquiring the land will commence soon thereafter.
The potential ELF is identified. However, the process of acquiring land will commence after that. I think on that note, we also then came to do the assessment of the property here. We discovered that yes, the inhabitants of the house, there are 10 in one room. Luckily they have electricity, as you can see the cables, but they don't have water of their own. They don't have toilets. And this is the situation not only for this house, but is the situation of all community members around, given the fact that the area is not yet formalized. It's a process that needs to be done to formalize informal settlements. I'm happy that the Honorable Governor is also here to hear that we need to formalize all our informal settlements for the development to take place.
The family thanked the governor and his team for the kind gesture.
Dame Bandula Shili, Governor, I would really want to thank the governor and Amwama, as well as all those that came forth with support for our child. That includes those that contributed funds and the ones that assisted us during the time that we were in hospital. I want to thank you all for supporting Shuya.
The man who brought the plight of the boy to the nation's attention, Armas Amwama, stated that there was a bank account with over 60,000 Namibia dollars in the boy's name from Good Samaritans. The family also received a food hamper from the governor.
My father worked hard, and he made sure I did too. Because of him, I studied every day, and I did well. He helped me start my first business. It's only now I understand. My father always had big dreams for me. And now, my dreams are the same as my father's.
In 100 years, we've learned that times change, but what matters never will.
The Electoral Commission of Namibia is looking for 6,000 applicants to assist with the supplementary registration of voters and about 11,000 more applicants for the actual polling process. According to ECN's Corporate Communications and Marketing Manager Lina Ndengu, the temporary vacancies are specifically targeting young unemployed countrymen and women. Since the national elections occur after every 5 years, the ECN thought it would be fair to give preference to those Namibians that are without any jobs. 8 positions are vacant at the moment, and those that meet the requirements are encouraged to apply.
This is a national election, so at the moment we are looking for 6,000 applicants to help us with the supplementary registration of voters, and we're also going to need more, plus minus around 11,000 more candidates for the initial polling on the 25th of November. So the supplementary registration of voters are on the 7th to the 15th of September 2020. The jobs are categorized in the different regions as well as to the constituency. So we urge everyone, if you are staying in the Khomas region, do not apply for a position that is in the Karas region, because we do not want you to travel with COVID-19 as well. We want to make sure that you are remaining safe. Stay within your region, apply within your region, and make sure that within your region there's a lot of constituencies. Apply within your constituency as well.
In efforts to meet the COVID-19 regulations, the ECN created an online platform where candidates can submit their applications.
With this process, as I said, we employ around 6,000 youth or young people, unemployed people that can assist us with this process of elections. We came up with a system, a portal where you can go online, you register your CV, and you apply for the positions in the region and constituency that you want to work during elections. No copies of applications will be submitted at our regional offices. You need to go online to submit your documents. Only online applications will be processed. And then we also want to just ask the previously disadvantaged Namibians, we want to encourage you to apply. People living with disabilities apply. Marginalized communities and women, please do apply. This is a good opportunity for you.
6,000 candidates are needed to assist with the supplementary registration of voters, and about 11,000 more applicants for the actual polling process. An outline of the different vacancies as well as requirements are available on the ECN website.
Share with us on #LearnOn1. Tell us what you're learning and where you're learning it from. Send us your name and town to the One Africa TV's WhatsApp on 081 200 6659 or send an SMS to 555. One Africa TV. It just gets better.
The Namibia Correctional Services and the University of Namibia have entered into a memorandum of understanding with the city of Windhoek, which will enable skills exchange between these institutions. The MOU signed between the City of Windhoek and the University of Namibia will look at priority areas of interest such as water, sanitation and electricity, adequate housing, economic advancement and public participation amongst others.
With the recorded population of 368,000 in the city of Windhoek, it is expected that this population could grow with about 13,500 people per annum, which translates to approximately 66,000 people per annum in a period of 5 years, resulting in approximately about 500,000 residents in Windhoek in 5 years. This means the city of Windhoek and its stakeholders need to work more harder to address those expectations. To better plan and serve this population, reliable and valid research is required to enable evidence-based planning and policy making. This MOU, therefore, is an extension of hands between UNAM and the city of Windhoek to address the needs of the population as far as research and innovation and development is concerned. In addition, this increasingly growing population in urban areas calls for different stakeholders to consolidate efforts in planning for larger urbanization and to respond to the demands that comes with it. This includes sharing resources and information to support policy and policy making and of course planning, as well as building the capacity needed for managing the rapid increase in urban populations. This event this morning therefore marks a new chapter in the relationship between the city of Windhoek and UNAM.
The agreement is the first of its kind between the Namibia Correctional Services and the city of Windhoek and will be used to share and coordinate resources and human capacity.
The Namibian Correctional Service has in recent times directed its focus on the fostering public and stakeholders' involvement in the rehabilitation and reintegration of offenders, as well as the overall management of the department in pursuit of some of its core values, such as the value of transparency, professionalism, innovation, and teamwork. We also believe that in order to achieve our vision, which is to be Africa's leader in the provision of correctional services, it is key that we formally partner with stakeholders. In addition, the advent of COVID-19 pandemic has reminded us on how vulnerable we are when we are working in silos, and how strong we become when we are working together as a team. It has reminded us that the day-to-day welfare of our people and the success of our individual organizations is highly dependent on our level of partnership, alliance, and cooperation with one another for the benefit of our people and our country.
The agreement between UNAM and the city of Windhoek will also enable student internships, professional development, research, and community developments geared towards solving the city challenges.
Hello and welcome to today's episode of 700 Club Nigeria. Today on 700 Club Nigeria, a woman encounters inexplicable pain after the delivery of her baby. An interesting chat with the Israeli ambassador to Nigeria. Plus, we learn about the power within our spoken word.
My portion in the land of the living, help me sing. As for me, and my house we will serve.
Preparations for the 2021 Olympic Game qualifiers and 2022 Commonwealth Games are underway as wrestlers from the After School Center Wrestling Club received the go-ahead to commence training. This comes after the suspension of sport activities was lifted. The wrestling team led by coach Louis Foseedo Parts has been hard at work as they received the thumbs up to begin with training. Currently, Foseedo Parts and his team are busy preparing for the Olympic qualifiers and the 2022 Commonwealth Games. The coach noted that qualifying for the world showpiece with wrestler Romeo Goliath is his main objective.
We now in the moment we go through with the objective of the physical fitness, physical general preparation with the boys for starting make the foundation for us to go with our objective in the Met, technical tactic fitness in the Met. We go through with the physical preparation plus the coordination fitness until now from the end of July we start introduce our technical tactic objective in the Met. In the moment our objective is preparing for the qualification with Romeo Goliath for the next Olympic game. We say next year, but next year will be after a few months. And now very soon we go through with our preparation with Romeo Goliath and with the other 4 boys more. It's busy for the Commonwealth will be in 2022. In the moment our challenge is, for example, we want to make our preparation through. We know in the world the situation with the coronavirus, and we will see how we can go through with our preparation, make through our preparation, because all the border is closing for maybe we can preparing also outside the country, because we want to be in Olympic Games in 2021 now.
Due to the COVID-19 outbreak and regulations that were in place to curb the spread, a number of sport codes were put on hold, including wrestling. Currently, soft training has commenced as the wrestlers shared on what they have been up to since the beginning of training.
We started gradually getting back in action because before the lockdown, training was minimal because we're not allowed to come to the gyms and all. This is my second home, so I feel comfortable. And we started with basic trainings like push-ups, sit-ups. We prevented contact for now because of the coronavirus, so we are busy with basics. I'm busy preparing for the Olympic qualifiers. That's next year. I was supposed to go to the qualifiers this year, but Corona happened, so I'm preparing. Also, I need to gain weight, so I'm preparing for 2021 qualifications. That's next year, so that's my main goal.
Now I'm busy preparing for the Commonwealth Games that will take place in 2022 due to I'm helping Romeo Goliath now with preparing for the qualifications for the 2021 Olympic Games. For now, to prepare for the Commonwealth, for me to get at least a medal for the country, and preparing for the 2024 Olympic Games due to just waiting on our scholarships for us to start preparing more and more.
We have been training now for 2 weeks now, and we are glad that we are open though, because we appreciate everything. Although that we are going through the corona crisis, the pandemic, but we are really glad to be back. We are preparing for the Commonwealth Games, which are 2022. As a wrestler, my future endeavors, I really want to go far with this to prepare for Olympics qualifications, whereby I want to qualify to get a gold medal in the Olympics, obviously, and to be physically fit and prepared.
Moreover, Foseedo Parts expressed his gratitude to being back in training, adding that preparations with his wrestlers will continue in order to qualify for the world showpiece.
My father worked hard, and he made sure I did too. Because of him, I studied every day, and I did well. He helped me start my first business. It's only now I understand. My father always had big dreams for me. And now, my dreams are the same as my father's.
In 100 years, we've learned that times change, but what matters never will.
In other leading stories, Dr. Kalumbi Shangula, Minister of Health and Social Services, has announced that a 44-year-old male has passed away on the 11th of July at his home in Walvis Bay of COVID-19. He was a known diabetic mellitus. He visited the state hospital on the 7th of July, where his blood sugar was found to be high and got stabilized. On the 10th of July, he visited a private doctor and was treated as an outpatient and sent home. So far, Namibia has 864 confirmed cases, 29 recoveries, 833 active cases, and 2 deaths. And the Development Bank of Namibia has suspended an additional 3 employees as a result of its investigation into alleged misconduct in allocating finance announced at the end of April. In April this year, the bank suspended 4 of its employees as a result of various anonymous tip-offs received. Speaking about the investigation, DBN spokesperson Diana Grobler said if there are alleged irregularities, the bank will follow through with investigation into the matter and take appropriate steps to ensure that the integrity of the bank is preserved. She stated that the current investigation is in its final stages and the bank will make appropriate announcements when it is concluded.
Welcome to Comments Corner, your daily dose of local comments from the hottest social media pages. Today on One reported this week that the Landless People's Movement is pleading with the Fish Road suspects to come clean and tell the Namibian nation the truth. Nado said that Swartboy should simply launch his own investigation because he believes the president's words that Swapo cannot be accused for receiving money indirectly. Claudia said for the sake of those who love the truth, the money should be paid back to the state to stabilize the economy. Mac Mushongo said that it is unfair that the suspects are behind bars while others are enjoying life outside. He also urged them to tell the truth for them to be released. Jacobina said the former ministers will likely not get their jobs back and thus should just speak out. Fauzi said that Swartboy was once a member of the political organization that is alleged to have benefited from the scandal. A community member in Ombili living with HIV has been facing stigma and harassment from those in her vicinity. The 40-year-old said that she and her 3 children have not received support from the community but are the victims of continuous verbal abuse. Shamim said being HIV positive is not a death sentence and it is sad that the kids are also victimized. Andreas is surprised that there is still stigma in society in this day and age. Emily said this is emotional abuse and she needs a new environment. Simone said the 2 organizations have the funds to assist the woman in dealing with this problem. Shoki said that this will affect the lives of the young kids and that society should learn to be caring towards others. And that is all from Comments Corner. Be sure to post your comments on our social media pages for broadcast every day only on Today and One.
We always love to hear from you. Send us your views, comments and videos with your name and town to the One Africa TV's WhatsApp on 081-200-6659 or send an SMS to 555. One Africa TV, it just gets better.
Hello and welcome to Turning Point International. We have taken over London.
For 10 years I did it and I got burnt out.
Over time, eBay developed an addictive personality to escape depression.
There's some people, they take medication and it actually doesn't work for them.
A look at the weather forecast. First, an advisory from the Windhoek Met Office. Frost is most likely over the southern, eastern and central regions, so please do take the necessary precautions. The Namibia interior very cold at first, otherwise sunny and warm in the north, elsewhere partly cloudy and very cold to mild. The wind fresh to strong easterly. The coast sunny and warm to hot with dust storms over the central and northern coast, and the wind fresh to strong northeasterly, becoming moderate southwesterly in the afternoon. Now we'll look at minimum and maximum temperatures across the country and beyond.
And you beautiful, look like an angel. I like it when you call me Papa. Baby, I don't see any reason to lose you, cause God told me in my dream I should choose you. Come some killing, come have Kenny Lou. In good and bad times, I'm totally cool.
For you and pray for you, for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer, in sickness and in health, till death do us part. Yeah, I do, as I say I do, to you. We are very good, we are very good, we are very good. I'm a singing.
Take you cup.